Alright then. What is going on YouTube? I'm also trying to do a quick video here live. Basically, hope you guys enjoy Labor Day. I'm home working out, doing work of course. But I want to do a little quick little video of something. And this video is about, as I'm seeing more videos of people, as usual. I just put up a video about Sonic and how people regurgitate everything everybody does on YouTube. Does nobody do independent thinking no more? It gotta be. That's gotta be the problem. Nobody does that. So, anyway, everybody's talking about, if the SD card's a problem. There's something that Nintendo needs to work out. Blah 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 again. Okay, whatever. All right. Let me just put this up for front to see. All right. Right now, you're looking at my Nintendo Switch. Alright, this is my Nintendo Switch, and let me just go. So all the games that I have on my Switch, There you go. All right. Now, all this stuff is on my Switch. Let's go to back and go to settings. And go to data management. Down. And you'll see right there, just so you know, there's no SD card in there. It's not inserted, even though I have one. And you can see how much memory is still left on the Switch, 22.5 gigs. And I have, as you saw, I had a couple indie games and everything as well. So, with that said, let's talk about what everybody is making a big humbug about, which is basically NBA 2K. NBA 2K18 about the whole SD card is a problem, and I never understand. Again, the naysayers 1 and 2, the Nintendo fans who just don't do research, they are very funny to me. Let's talk about. Let me see if I could stand this up. Whatever. So I have something to watch, and sorry for the glare and for all the movie companies using my phone. I don't have no stuff like that. But anyway, let's keep on going. So, NBA 2K18 is coming out. The one thing that everybody's liking is saying how like, oh, you need an SD card to play the game. Okay. If you go and you see what is NBA 2017. How much gigs was it to install? You'll see it was. Oops, a little louder than I thought. My bad. My apology. But it's Xbox is 56, PlayStation is 49. That's the gigs you have to install a game to get a game working on the console. That was last year. After all the patches and DLC downloads for the game, whatever, it came out to be 80 gigs. Okay, 80 gigs was not gonna hold was not gonna be on the Switch. We know that 32 gig thing, and the biggest card they have, game card that has is 64 gigs. All right, now. The thing that kept me is, people were expecting third parties to compress their games for the Switch. If you were thinking that, you smoking something. There are a lot of Nintendo games that's come out, like Raven Rabbids, which is that, or Mario Deluxe, or Splatoon 2, or all the games I showed before. Like, those games hold on a physical disc, and you ain't gotta install nothing. See, you don't have to install nothing. But NBA 2K18 can fit on a 32 gig card, and according to Nintendo, according by them and Nintendo, that you could play the game, of course, with the card, but only a good amount of the game, not everything, because you still have to download and patching and everything else. So everybody's blaming Nintendo on this one. I can't blame Nintendo on this one because I did not see third parties was gonna condense their games. If they do it on Xbox and PlayStation and make you install games on those two of their platform, which is where they make most of the money, you think they're gonna condense their games on another console? Come on, it's like you buying something, you know that this company does this to Walmart or Target with their food, and you think they're not gonna do the same thing for Whole Foods? That's ridiculous. They were not going to compress their games. And you know what? That's third party. That's what makes me believe that when a third party part comes up for, what do you call it? Third party comes up for the online services, which I hope it is still, that the third party is the one who asks to, you got to pay the $20 to play the games online, like NBA 2K or NFL or FIFA or whatever. I hope Nintendo does not do that, because it would be stupid, in my opinion, for that, to do the whole, go through that to play Mario Kart and Splatoon or ARMS or something like that, because you'd be clearing off you'd be clearing off your fan base or the legitimacy to get that higher. But the thing that killed me about it, and let me end it with this, because like I said, it's a quick video. Let me end it with this. Now, I did research. God forbid I do something like that. Went to JD Powers, Global Data, and Consumer Reports. Why does it matter? High gigabyte cards are expensive. High gigabyte cards are expensive. Well, yeah, they're expensive, but they're not really. I got me a I bought me a 128 gigabyte micro SD card for my Switch. $30 off Amazon. That was not a lot. If you can't pay $30, then you don't. I don't know why you even bought a Switch or play gaming. That's kind of weird to say that. Because here's what I want to say. When I look at those data sites, and I was looking for something. 80% of people who got smartphones have also bought SD cards that's ranging from 32 gigs to 128 gigs. And their phone costs from simple number from $50 to $800. So game devs should add the cost to the game. No, they shouldn't add the cost to the game. What are you talking about, One Night Kong? Okay. I think the cost, yes. You know what? Okay, I don't know if you're prefacing what I'm saying, but okay. Should a customer pay for the SD card? Okay, then if that's the case, then shouldn't a customer not pay, just like I just gave the phone? If you want more data in your phone, if you want more memory in your phone, they should not. So the company who makes the phone should buy. I got nothing against what NBA 2K is doing. I got nothing. I'm not saying NBA 2K is wrong. I'm just saying that I'm not surprised they're not going to compress the game, which that's not surprising to me. So I'm asking third parties to do something that Nintendo and other companies are doing. Customers should not pay for SD card unless they have the right to. That's what Eric's saying. Okay, hopefully I'm using my phone, so it's not like on my computer where I can see this easy. It comes up and it pops off quickly, because I'm using my computer to do work. Look, I bought my phone that I have right now. Most of my video could be taken in 4K or 2K if I want to. I have 64 gigabytes on my phone automatically. That's my Zenfone 3. I have 64 gigabytes on my phone automatically. But I have also a 64 gig SD mini card inside of my phone as well, Why? Because in case something ever happened to my phone, it's backed up on an SD card. That's just smartness. I don't think if you don't want to do that, then and you lose your information, that's your problem. I've seen people who have done that, and like Apple with Apple phones, and the stuff couldn't back up, and they lost their information and videos, the pictures that they really like. And again, this is information. This is the time of the year, not time of the year. This is the how should I say it? This is the modern time where people are taking so many pictures, so many videos of everything, using their phones to do it. So if you do all that stuff, I would think you would buy a micro SD card. I'm just saying out that I am not blaming Nintendo nor NBA 2K. If anybody listening, I'm not blaming both of them. Here's what I'm saying. I'm not blaming them for not for compressing the game, because they're not gonna do it. I didn't expect they're gonna do it. Just like I didn't expect this, any other game. FIFA gonna have the same thing. I guarantee. Skyrim gonna have the same thing. They're not gonna compress their stuff to make it work right. I know that. So you will have to, if you want to play those games, you have to spend, God forbid, extra $30 or $40 for a micro SD card if you want to play those games. Because here's the thing, one of the persons Switchforce was saying, well, this Nintendo was wrong for this because they have because in the age where consoles have 1 terabyte. Yeah, and you know what happened is a lot of people still have to buy daggone hard drives because you installing the game fully on the hard drives, and sometimes you get like 6, 7, not even terabytes. Let me not lie. Sometimes you get barely 5 to 7 games on your hard drive before you got to delete it, or you get an external hard drive. And before Sony did it last year, giving you the option to plug up a USB hard drive, which Nintendo Wii U did, and I got a video about that, did from day one, you had to delete your games to play your games. Seldom downloads eat up too much space. Yeah, and again, if you play a game that has a bunch of downloads, look, Mario Rabbids gonna have a download because they have a season pass. How much you want to bet because Nintendo is looking over this game, how much you want to bet their downloads is going to be very small compared to any big major third-party games? And oh yeah, let me correct this thing. Mario Rabbids is not a third-party exclusive. I hear people saying that. It's not. It's a second party. If the console owner is paying outright for the development, or you're using their IP, that's a second party. Not a third. This is not a third-party exclusive. I don't, because this game ain't going to another console because it's Mario. The IP's there. Anyway, I digress to that. 80% of people who buy cell phones buy extra SD cards. That's it. And again, that's people using their phones for video, whatever. You gotta play games. Third parties are not gonna compress their games. All I'm saying is, buying an SD card for $30 or whatever. You know what? Since everybody is, let me see. Let me. Since I'm live, I'll do this live before I get back to work. Because again, it's not. I don't. Like I said, it's not that hard. I don't know why. You bought a Switch. It's funny things like you bought a Switch. You bought a controller. You bought a Switch, you bought a controller, you bought a lot of stuff for your Switch if you get it, or your Xbox, or your PlayStation. You do. You really do. Excuse me. And it's getting ridiculous how people are getting, how should I say, angry about certain things. So, here we go. I got it up there. I hope you all can see it. So, 44, 47, 48. You could buy these. I wouldn't buy these because these are not good. These are not good. Those things now. Buy at least a name brand. See, I had me a white PNN. That's I didn't have like mine is white and blue, and all it cost me was $30 on Amazon. And now it's going up a little bit. Yeah, those prices are what so if you have a cell phone, so you just basically keep all your stuff on your cell phone, Everett. Because if you do that, and if your phone ever get corrupted, I wish you the best of luck to find the data. I really do. It has happened to me, and I've seen many people in my company and studio and everything that has been happening before. Like even me, I had a video that was gonna do with Dr. Phil Gunn and Sprite that we did a video, and for some reason it got corrupted. Now it was on my hard drive of my previous phone, and it got corrupted. I couldn't take it off. I couldn't get it. I couldn't take it off, and I'm damn sure I ain't gonna spend no $120 to just get that video and a couple stuff that I also thought was pretty cool that I would love to have. No. So what I done now is, of course, have me an SD card. Anything that's video, whatever thing is on the SD card, and the main memory is just in case of anything, because I don't want it to be corrupted and fall flat. If you could buy, if you want to play NBA 2K8 or FIFA or Skyrim or any of them third-party games, you're gonna have to pay that. All right. Because again, you're thinking this is a bad number. Okay, then, well, you'll still have to pay. If you have a PlayStation or Xbox, you still gotta do it, because if 80 gigs was for the last NBA 2K8, then don't you think that plus any other games, if you're a person who buy a lot of games, because remember, all your games are installed on the Xbox and PlayStation 4, not Nintendo. That's why you saw that's what you saw with my Switch. When I had my Switch, and I said it was only. And I still have 20, with all those games you saw, I still have 22 gigabytes of space on my Switch, because I bought all my games basically physically, and of course a couple of the digital games, of course. But all these are physical. I bought Zelda physical, Zelda physical, Want to Switch physical, Mario Deluxe physical, ARMS physical, Splatoon physical. This physical, like I said, I'm gonna buy the Gunvolt Striker Pack physical, Mario Odyssey physical, Warriors physical. All those gonna be physical, and I guarantee you, all those games gonna be on this console right here. And I bet you, it won't be no more. I still have about 15 gigs, if anything. I'm just saying, in case anything. That's the worst case scenario. I guarantee you, I will still have more than 15 gigs still space on, because I bought physical. If you want to buy digital, then you have to pay that's what you want to do. You gotta pay for extra storage. You had to do the exact same thing on Sony and Microsoft. So I don't like this whole idea like, oh, Nintendo is different because of that. You buy Nintendo you buy the Switch to play these exclusive games and whatever. Good. If you want to buy all these games digitally, and that's your choice, then get your micro SD card. Again, the cards I'm showing right here, these are 128 gigs. That's what these are. So these are not, like I said, if that's a bad price for y'all, hell, you know what, you could go to Newegg. Newegg does also, you might find a couple prices that might be cheaper. You go, or you could go to that other route and go 29, whatever. If you want to do that, that's up to you. Amazon is not the only place you could get cheap micro SD cards. Shopping. Let's see here. Because you could go to Google, put in micro SD cards, and go to and if you want to go through here and find prices a little bit cheaper. You got some that's 25, some that's 18. These at least again, anything that has at least I would say at least has a name to it. SanDisk 44. Like, you could find different ones if you want. So getting extra is not that of a. I don't see it as a real problem. But if that's what y'all don't want to do, that's all right. Then if that's the case, because here's the thing, you're not changing the onboard RAM. So bitching about something that you can't change is stupid to me. Oh, that's a stupid idea, Nintendo. Blah, blah. Okay, it's there. It's 32 gigs of RAM. Remember when they do the upgraded Switch Plus, they might upgrade it whatever. It still ain't gonna make no difference, because if you switch it over to that and this thing has you're still gonna have to use that micro SD card. The argument is so dumbfounded to me. It makes no sense. If you want to play third-party games, buy a micro SD card. Now, one thing I do gotta give props to, I would say Nintendo, and I hope, and this is against Nintendo, I hope they don't price gouge you. Now, I gotta work with SanDisk to do a 64 and 100 gigabyte, 128 gigabyte special card, which has Mario and Zelda on it and stuff. And I might get that too. Now, I am different from most people that I have the funds to do this stuff. But even if I wasn't, even when I was. If I'm gonna buy this, like the phone I got right now, again, I have the SD card. I was gonna buy that no matter what. So, I don't see the problem. It's up to you to make that decision. If you don't want the game, and again, you people heard me before. I never tell people buy a Switch. You don't gotta buy a Switch. If that was the only thing that's holding you back, because you have to get an SD card, which again on the other consoles you have to buy a hard drive anyway, because if you're gonna buy a lot of games and not play it. Now, if you're one of those regular people who just buy 4 or 5 games a year and you got a problem with that, then you might not need that. Sorry, but me, I buy a lot of games. I buy a lot of games for my system. As I showed you before, I bought over 50 games for my Wii, 50 games for my Wii U. I'm already at a let me see. Let me go again. I'm already at like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and I got a couple more up front. 14, I got Zelda Breath of the Wild as well too, which I didn't put on this Switch because my sister plays it there. I play Zelda through the Wii U, but I already got games. I already playing them, and I don't buy software for small stuff. It's just like I can show right here. I'll give you an next example. Okay, you're gonna do it anyway. That's the part that's weird. Back out. All right, this is my 3DS. This is my 3DS. All these games are on here because I wanted these games. Most of them is basic. Technically speaking, let's go to, and because that's all these are the downloads, of course. But let's go to the where would that be? I'm trying to remember where was the to show you how much games I really play. There you go. Activity log. How much software I have. Software library. Oh yeah, for anybody know, yep, I forgot. I got a Metroid, of course, added to it because Nintendo sent me the digital code for it. Already, you know. And also, I'm going to do a quick video about Fire Emblem. You can see how much time I put into the dang game. But I'm trying to see where they tell you. Let's see. I mean, well, just why not? I mean, I done a couple of this stuff. Like, all these demos and games, of course. But I got a bunch of games. So, I know I was gonna do all this stuff, a couple of downloads. So yeah, I bought me a micro SD card for my 3DS. I have me a 32 gig micro SD card, and I still have a lot of space on the micro SD card to go. That's why I bought that. So you'll do the exact same thing for the Switch. Basically, I don't get it. I don't get the argument. I really don't. I saw from the get go that, you know what, I got if I'm gonna buy a lot of digital games, I would have to buy a micro SD card, which I did, but like I said, I don't even have it in my system. I just showed you. I don't even have it in. I don't even have it in my system right now. Oops. Come on, camera, focus. Well, basically, it ain't focusing right now. Basically, it says right there that micro SD card is not installed. So, sorry. If you're gonna buy the Switch, for anybody out there who listens to this who think it's a problem, if you're gonna buy the Switch and play third-party games, get your micro SD card. $50 for 128 gigs. Okay, if you're gonna play third-party games, no, that's the thing you're gonna have. But if you buy any console, as I stated before, if you buy a Nintendo Switch to play Nintendo games and some indie games that you think are popular, hell, you really don't need it, because it's so far I'm not using the micro SD card yet. I want to see by the end of the year if I would ever need to use a micro SD card for all the games I'm buying. According people saying Xenoblade is coming out end of the year, what if it does? The Mario Odyssey and all those other games that I have pre-ordered already, yeah, I'm gonna see how much they're gonna do. But anyway, I exhausted this longer than I thought. First time doing this in this way. Again, sorry that it comes off like I'm. I don't want to come off like I'm harsh, but it's just the reality of things. That's what makes me kind of wonder what people are thinking. It's the reality of things. You're not, and nobody right now who buy a PlayStation. I'm gonna buy a PlayStation 4 at the end of this year. I'm not buying a PlayStation 4 and not gonna get me a hard drive, because what? I'm not gonna install all those games that I'm gonna buy for my PlayStation 4 and think it's gonna fit in the hard drive, because I am not deleting my game just to play another game. That ain't happening. I'm gonna buy my hard drive because that's the cost that came with the system. Everybody want to do installs. Third party is people who force Sony and Microsoft to do that install bull crap. We never had that problem until in 7th gen, and it became very vexing in the 8th gen. So now that we're in the 9th gen thing, Nintendo's starting to do it now. You know what? Everybody used to argue, oh, Nintendo, get with the times. They're only getting the times. Their games, I ain't gonna be that worried about. Ain't gonna worry about nothing. But third parties, yeah. They want to install the games on the Switch, and if you want to install, you do it. But if you don't need to install to buy Nintendo games, then you gotta worry about nothing. Remember, the Wii U didn't do that either. So that said, hopefully you guys check this. Like I said, I'll leave what I gotta be. I gotta get back to work. Wish you all the best. Remember, there's no perfect games out there, because what's perfect to you is not perfect to me. What's perfect to me is not perfect for you. Simply enjoy your games. And again, like I said, if you bought a cell phone, you basically bought an SD card anyway. So let's not pretend that that's a major cost out of your wallet. If that is, then if you're able to have a lot of games, I don't see how that will be a cost that you cannot absorb in if you want to keep on playing games. Sorry. Peace out.